Welcome to episode 2 of our Super Bowl 60 preview by review. This second meeting between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks took place on September 21st, 1980, week 3 of that season. Ron Earhart led the 1-1 New England Patriots into the Seattle Kingdome to take on Jack Patera and the 1-1 Seattle Seahawks. You'll notice since the last meeting, the Patriots have changed coaches, but the Seahawks still have the same coach in 3 years difference. In the first quarter, John Smith hit a 19-yard field goal, and the Patriots led 3-0. Then Efren Herrera hit a 33-yard field goal to tie the game at 3 after 1. In the second quarter, Steve Largent caught a 20-yard pass from Jim Zorn. Efren Herrera's extra point gave Seattle a 10-3 lead. Then Stanley Morgan caught a 68-yard pass from Steve Grogan. John Smith's extra point tied the game at 10. Stanley Morgan then caught a 40-yard pass from Steve Grogan. John Smith hit the extra point, and the Patriots led 17-10. Seattle then scored next when Sam McCullum caught a 22-yard pass from Jim Zorn. Efren Herrera's extra point tied the game at 17. And before the half ended, John Smith hit a 30-yard field goal to give the Patriots a 20-17 halftime lead. In the third quarter, Horace Ivory ran the ball in from 20 yards out. John Smith's extra point gave the Patriots a 27-17 lead after 3. In the fourth, Steve Largent caught a 31-yard pass from Jim Zorn. Efren Herrera's extra point cut the Patriot lead to 27-24. And then John Smith hit a 29-yard field goal to give the Patriots a 30-24 lead. Sam McCullum then caught a 21-yard pass from Jim Zorn. Efren Herrera's extra point gave Seattle a 31-30 lead. And finally, tight end Don Hasselbeck caught a 16-yard pass from Steve Grogan, and the man with the most common name in all-time football history, John Smith's extra point, gave the Patriots a 37-31 lead. And that would be your final, giving the Patriots a 2-0 series lead against Seattle. This game was played on a dome at the Kingdome on AstroTurf. The Seahawks were favored by 2, and of course they did not cover. Statistically speaking, the Patriots turned it over once to Seattle's twice. Individually, Steve Grogan for the Patriots threw for 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Don Calhoun ran for 77 yards to pace the Pats, and Stanley Morgan had 108 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. For Seattle, Jim Zorn threw for 312 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he was sacked twice. Herman Weaver was 0 for 1 passing. We had 2 runners lead the Seahawks on the ground. Quarterback Jim Zorn had 42 yards on 5 attempts, and Jim Jodat had 42 yards on 5 attempts. Steve Largent led the Seahawks in receiving, 127 yards on 6 catches, 2 touchdowns. On defense for the Patriots, Raymond Claiborne had an interception. Stanley Morgan and Steve Nelson both recovered fumbles. For Seattle, Dave Brown had an interception, and he forced a fumble. Will Lewis and Jeff Moore each recovered fumbles. Returning kicks and punts for the Patriots, Horace Ivory had 150 yards on 5 kick returns, and Preston Brown had 15 yards on 3 punt returns. For Seattle, Cornell Webster had 77 yards on 5 kick returns, and Will Lewis had 0 yards on 2 punt returns. Seattle went on to win 37-31. Taking a look at Scorigami, let's see where 37-31 fits. The Giants and New York Yanks did it first on November 4th, 1951, and most recently it happened when the Baltimore Ravens beat the Los Angeles Rams in 2023. It's happened 30 times. The uniform matchup for the Patriots and Seahawks' second all-time meeting is pretty much the opposite of their first meeting. Neither team has changed uniforms between 1977 and 1980, but Seattle's the home team this time, so they wear the dark jerseys, and the Patriots are in white. The game was played on NBC with Bob Costas and Len Dawson broadcasting. Stay tuned in the coming weeks for more Patriots and Seahawks history, plus all of their Super Bowl games explained in this way.